important for men to understand how women view sex because they look at it from a different perspective and from different purposes. Once you understand how women view sex differently, you're able to actually get more poom poom from them because you'll realize it's more of like an emotional thing. The women who view sex from a male's perspective are not the women you want. All right. I mean, look, man, if you just want that boom boom poom poom and you want that good glucky gluck, well, then the women who view sex like men are your perfect type of woman, all right? But that's not most women, all right? So let's see what she has to say. And if you guys want to learn deeper strategies to seduce a woman, check out my forbidden video. Remember that video that got millions of views that I had to delete because of just how evil it was? Well, guess what? I'm gonna give it to you guys for free. If you guys just go to the description down below, put your email, put your name, and I'll send it straight to your inbox. And today I'm gonna send you guys a lesson about the best way to attract more women in your life in a natural way without online dating. Because online dating, I'll be honest with you, if you're still doing online dating, I know you're bitter. So learn how to meet women in real life the normal way because online you're uglier. That's just a fact. All right, let's begin with the video.
They sleep with, but also to experiences that women have in the bedroom. Now, I'm not going to be talking for the majority of women because I can't.
Right, and
I have not talked to the majority of women about how they view sex, but I'm going to be coming at this video from an angle that perhaps you will not be expecting. Now, women and men are obviously different creatures. We're still human, but we are very different for good reason. And I think the one area that gets twisted is that women don't have sex drive. Women do have sex drive. And I would say actually for the most part, women are being able to match a man's sex drive more and more just based upon the testosterone levels that are decreasing.
I'll tell you something. Women have less sex drive at first, but a man's sex drive after knowing the woman lowers over time and a woman's sex drive after knowing the man increases. So that's actually the difference. Men start fast and then go slow, and women start slow but then get faster.
And I want men to understand that women view sex in the light of what her past has brought. Now, let me explain this further because I think this is a very important area to start. A woman who experienced, let's say, neglect from her dad, or let's say abuse from her dad, or she was left by her father, a father figure, or if she had sexual trauma, these women are going to experience sex very differently like from a woman who had a very, type A upbringing. And this is why I think it's really important for you as men to question the women that you have slept with and the differences that happened after the act of sex. If a woman is overly clingy after sex, or she feels very attached to you and she's blowing up your phone, or maybe she's acting a little crazier, it's because you stimulated within her an area that has been fulfilled by your presence in the bedroom. Now, a lot of women will go into sex with the unconscious void or need to have a man choose her, validate her, and basically create some sort of union within a woman that was never met by her father. I know that sounds a little twisted, but this is something that men need to understand, and as well for men to understand about themselves based upon the women you choose. But getting back to the woman's side of things, a woman will use sex as an outlet to heal herself. But with that being said,
it's almost like when you lose a dog and you miss your dog, so you buy a dog that kind of looks like the dog that died. Where a woman, if she misses her dad or never got her dad's validation, she'll go with a guy that kind of reminds her of her dad. Maybe in looks, maybe in personality, or maybe in just how they treat you. But that need creates an intense drive in a woman. It's not creepy. It's just how the human brain works. You just remind her of her dad, but she's just not aware of it because when she developed that emptiness, most likely she wasn't aware of what was happening.
Sex can't heal from a place of unconscious behavior. So I think that's why this video is very important, because it allows us to further bring light to this topic. A lot of women do struggle with a lot of trauma. Okay, so do you men, and I think it's
Hey, relax.
really important
Like
to
you
know
just said it, the way she said it.
we attract and the people that we bring into a very intimate setting, like, you know, opening ourselves to each other naked, you know, that's something that should not be taken lightly. I know that we live in a society that is applauded and celebrated for being sexually liberated, but at what extent? Because it saddens me today that women are being programmed that you sleeping around with multiple men and doing it just like men have done it.
You can't do that.
It's going to allow women to feel fulfilled within themselves, within their femininity and what they actually truly crave. And this is something that I have a very high importance within my life of getting this message out is no woman will ever feel fulfilled with multiple sexual partners. Now, if a woman is seeking that and craving that, again, she's doing that from a place of needing something to be fulfilled by other men that one man cannot offer her. So if you've ever experienced a woman who can't settle down with you or maybe is able to just kind of up and leave after sex, that should be of high
That's a
alert
red flag.
within you as a
Red
man.
flag.
Because it has nothing to do with how you performed in the bedroom. It has nothing to do if she actually likes you or not. A lot of people use people in ways to gratify their sexual needs. Now, everyone has sexual needs. Men do, women do, okay, animals do. It's a part of being alive,
Animals?
and it's a beautiful part about being alive. Sex is very sacred. Sex is something that should be held to the utmost respect, not only within you, but for another person entering that space with you. Do a lot of women think this way?
No.
I don't know. I mean, for me, it took time for me to understand how important sex is and how it's not something that should just be had with anyone who shows you attention, but a woman who craves male validation, like I said, will crave multiple sexual partners. And the funny thing about this is the majority of women don't get off during sex.
Yeah.
So that leaves us with the question to why are women sleeping around with multiple men when they don't even know what they're even wanting, desiring, or they don't even gain pleasure out of the experience?
Validation.
These are good things to note. Women don't gain pleasure perhaps in the act of an orgasm like men. What they do gain pleasure around is the very things that make them feel unworthy, unseen, insecure. Those are being fulfilled by the very act of you entering her. Perhaps where a man in her past childhood that she's trying to heal from was never able to do. And I'm not saying in the area of sex, please do not twist my words. I'm talking about having a man show up in masculinity. A lot of men do show up within masculine force within the bedroom. And that's something that women do appreciate, by the way, is a man who can be masculine in the bedroom, take control, lead the ship. And it allows a woman to deeply surrender within not only to you, but also to surrender to herself, to experience the very high energetic that sex can provide when two people are conscious. Now, this is an area as well that needs to be addressed. Now, women can go unconscious during sex.
Yeah, that's
not in the way that
that is so true. They disassociate. A lot of prostitutes go through that because they get used to having sex with stimulants. They disassociate or even like, you know, when you're about to get a shot and you're like, okay, let me think of something else. Right? Like you escape your body and you go into your mind. And this creates a disconnection between you and your body. And this creates unconscious resentment. Yo, this girl knows what she's talking about. I gotta say that. Whoever the fuck this blonde girl is, she knows what she's talking about. And I would highly recommend you guys click on her. She knows what she's talking about. Very, very rarely do we find somebody who talks from such a place of realness.
They pass out and they aren't there at all, but they go unconscious based upon what do they need to do to keep that man after the act of sex is done.
Yep.
Now, this is something that happens with clinging women. They will put aside all needs within the bedroom, and they will make their main priority on the man, pleasing the man, making sure he finishes, performing in all the ways. If it makes her uncomfortable or not, she will do it, because that means a man will stay in her life.
They'll resent that eventually.
That conduit is going to be the very energetic that feeds an insecurity.
Resentment too. She'll hate men.
So I'm not saying that having a clingy partner or having someone who's maybe avoidant after sex is like a really big red flag. But this is why it's very important not to enter the bedroom with someone you don't know.
And also, you guys need to understand this, because this happened to me. When you meet a woman who could just fuck you and leave you, you think there's something wrong with you. Like, you really do think there's something wrong with you. Right? When in reality, there's nothing wrong with you. You just met a glucky gluck. Especially the girls that you meet that just lay down that pum pum like nothing else. Bro, she's not doing it because you're special. She's doing it because that's her way of coping. Maybe she was depressed that one day and she needed some dick. And you took that. You took it personally. You're like, oh my God, look at me. I'm the man. Bro, she's going to leave you. And there's nothing you could do about it. And it's not your fault. It's your fault if you misunderstand what's happening. You're seeing a pattern. Gotta be careful with these glucky glucks.
To actually understand perhaps their first sexual experience ever. And how does that first sexual experience impact their romantic relationships in the past and perhaps in the present. And instead of making your main priority with the woman to get in the bedroom so you can, satisfy yourself and dominate maybe a woman, and that makes you feel masculine in some area, whatever you feel, spend all that time in that pursuit of gaining pleasure, put that into the pursuit of getting to know the woman that you're going to experience sex with.
And also by slowing down, you increase her desire for you. That's a fact. Slowing down. Guys, man, I'm telling you, man, impatience makes you uglier.
Now, this is going to deepen the container and the capacity of your orgasm just to begin with, because there's comfortability there. Comfortability is a huge part of having good sex, is being comfortable with the person. But how can we do that when we're just jumping from bed to bed to bed to bed, from woman to man to... You can't. So let me get back on track here. Women view sex based upon the lens that they are perceiving you in correlation to a past event. This can look different from woman to woman. Now, this isn't always the case. If a woman is on the path of healing, she's aware of herself, she's in tune with her body and her sexuality, she will be able to enter into a sexual relationship, a sexual container, with a level of awareness that will bring her satisfaction and want to provide you with satisfaction from a healthy place. And when we have sex from a healthy place, we are transferring healthy energy to one another. So the orgasm is actually going to benefit our lives and not cause destruction.
But the problem is that a lot of us guys, we fall for the woman who gives us that good squishy poom poom, that gluckety gluck, and we fail to realize that that woman does that to most men she meets, and so you fall in love with a woman for the streets. Look, man, I'm not here to judge these women, man. Like, I'm not here to judge them, man. I've known women like that. I have a lot of love for them as people. I really do. I'm not here to judge them, but we can't deny the fact that there's some toxicity going on there.
When we have sex out of unconscious wounds needing to be filled, we are going to cause destruction within our lives, because we are allowing a wound to take control of how we act after sex. Yep. And for the men who have insecurities, going into the bedroom with a woman, please know that women also struggle with insecurities. And, these are insecurities that can go just about her body image, the way that she looks, her cellulite, maybe just some areas that she's insecure about. And these are the areas that she will probably try to hide from you. And it is your responsibility as a man to make that woman feel comfortable, make that woman feel seen in a light that allows her to heal those areas. Do you know how powerful it is to attract a man who can see you for you? Mm-hmm. And then for a woman, how much that will make her surrender into the man. And that's a recipe for really great sex, may I add? is being able to see each other for who you are and not trying to hide parts of
Even make
yourself
eye contact.
based upon a fear of someone leaving you or someone not loving you or choosing you. You don't have to put yourself through that. And I want to add in today's video that it is in collaboration with a brand called Bathmate. And I decided to partner with this brand again because I really do stand for their message. I stand for
Girl, sell a course, but let's listen
what
what
they
you
are
have to say.
providing men in today's
What are
society
they providing?
that have gone unseen and unnoticed. And also they provide some fun, fun products for you to maybe have some excitement
Flashlight?
within the bedroom, whether that be
Flashlight?
from a vibrator or maybe, something that can please a woman. Women do like to be pleased
That's
in that
true.
way. And they do find
Pull out
it kind
that
of
vibrator.
interesting if a man has maybe a vibrator and wants to please a woman that is attractive. I'm just going
That's true.
to say
I
it.
agree.
So they do have that, and they also have products that can assist you with whether you have penis insecurity, low libido.
In other words, if you got a small dick, they got.
Do the research.
Listen, man, if you got a small dick, just prolong the sex until she falls in love and there's nothing she could do about it. That's pretty much the key. Yeah, man, that's how it is, man. And look, man, this is why I tell you guys, man, sometimes you guys need a different person's perspective. And this is why I tell you guys, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, you guys can go to mindfulattraction.org. We're going to change out the website actually by next week. But yeah, you guys can book a 10-minute call, 15-minute call. Look, guys, some of you guys just don't have the structure to meet women. That's the problem. Like, seriously. Like, you don't need online dating to meet women. You just need to know how to create a social circle to attract women. Like I always tell you guys, I have a social circle. And I do that through meditation clubs and art clubs. I do that because I'm in Mexico and I don't want to be alone. But if I really wanted to do that to just bang a bunch of women, I could just do that, man. And there's a strategy to scale up where you could just be surrounded by a bunch of potential and be the leader. So just book a one-on-one phone call with me and I can help you guys. And you guys can check out, or if you guys want to, check out my course, Dark Game. And you could get, it is a money back guarantee. And I teach you guys all the strategies, how to reprogram your mind to increase confidence, how to attract women without memorizing lines, how to stealthily and swiftly incept her mind with the idea of being with you, evil but effective, how to attract women by saying less, how to use presence to naturally attract women. I call it spiritual game or the Buddha game or Christ game. But the point is that a lot of women fall in love with the Buddha, with Hare Krishna, with Jesus Christ because of just their presence. And you can develop that through meditation. I swear to God, you guys have no idea how powerful spiritual game is. Tell that to cult leaders, man. They know that I think spiritual game is literally the most powerful style of game to attract women. The problem is that it could be so effective that you could get corrupted. You could get corrupted. It could be so effective, you could get corrupted. Anyways, man, you can do that by clicking on the description down below. Oh shit, here it is. You can do that in the description down below. There's a 30-day money back guarantee. And I'll see you guys later, man. Take care.